Hello everyone, it's Halloween Heartthrob, and today I will be doing a requested video for a how to sew some new clothes for your Calliope Jellington doll, which is the 17-inch Freak du Chic Monster High doll. So I will be taking apart my dress. I will be showing you a little bit on if you don't want to take apart the dress, you don't have to, but I'll be doing it to make it a little bit easier on myself, and if you feel comfortable, I definitely suggest you do so. But right now I'm just examining how the dress was put together, and if you don't know how the dress is put together, that's okay. If you take it apart, you'll kind of figure it out, but I'll go through that. Right now I'm just taking a seam ripper to it and undoing all the seams so I can take all the pieces out. Now, as you see on the paper, I marked down how things were put together kind of backwards because I had to take it apart backwards. Right now I'm measuring the skirt because it is a gathered skirt, so I just measure the piece that I already have, and I don't really need to make a pattern of it, I just need the measurements, which is how long the gather is and how long you technically want the skirt, so that part is more so up to you. Now, for those of you who don't feel comfortable taking apart your dress, what I did is I took the top of it, I didn't undo the stitches on this, and then you just kind of push it down and sketch around each individual piece, and anytime there's a seam like I just showed you, just section those parts off. You also want to keep in mind how you're going to close it. I'll be using the same Velcro that's used in this dress, so all the measurements for that has already been taken into account. The seam allowance, I guess. Now I have all my pattern pieces cut out, or I'm cutting my pattern pieces out from my fabric, and you'll only need one piece of the front and two pieces of the side. This part you can totally take your time to kind of hold it up to the doll, make some adjustments if you need to. Always check it on your doll before you just start sewing things. It'll be so much easier. Now I'm measuring out how long I would like the skirt, plus seam allowance for the hem and attaching it to the top. So if you want it 6 inches, then I would suggest making it 7, so you have ½ an inch seam allowance for your hem and attaching it to the top. Now I'm making the hem of the skirt before I gather it, and you can just use a regular small straight stitch on your sewing machine if you'd like. After that, I've just sewn the two pieces to the bodice. Then I'll be using a basting stitch to gather the top of my skirt so I can get the nice fluffy and poofy effect. You keep your strings nice and long, and then you just tug on one of them and then push your fabric down the thread so you can get the gather portion. Then, now you want to take your bodice piece and line it up with the edges of your gathered fabric, so you could just kind of have to push and pull your fabric to get it to be the same length as your top. I've sewn the top, the bottom seam, and the Velcro on, and all of these just use a normal straight stitch. I suggest sewing on the Velcro first before you sew up the back. And now I'll be focusing on the straps. In the normal dress, she just had 2 small pieces of ribbon, and instead of ribbon, I'll be using some crocheted lace or just lace trim. Last but not least, focusing on the sweetheart neckline, take a threaded needle and make a basting stitch and pull it through and kind of wrap it around a couple of times to tighten it. And then you're all done. You have a new dress. Yay! And you can alter this any way you want. You could add sleeves. I made a little jacket. If you want me to show you how to make the jacket, just let me know. I've also been thinking about making some pants, so let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a video on that. Like, share, and subscribe. See you on Monday. Bye!